wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. What is born of the serpent never loses its poison. What is more cruel than a tyrant's ear? What I like about that one is this is like when some rat, you know, if someone's telling a tyrant something, like you can get a tyrant so spun up. You know what I mean? Like some tyrannical leader's like, hey, you know, Echo Charles was really questioning your commands earlier, bro. Nothing more violent than a tyrant's ear. Echo's going down.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
When the root is worthless, so is the tree. Okay. When a man is angry, his reason rides out. Yeah. Anger does not help you make good decisions. Where there is whispering, there is lying. It's a good one. Isn't it weird? You ever see like your kids are whispering at the dinner table or whatever?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I could imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can imagine because that doesn't happen.
No whispering allowed.
Okay, because
ever
if there's whispering, there's lying.
Yeah, well, hey, look, a lot of these, there's many exceptions to a lot of this. But, you know, for you, if you, Jocko, sat here in broad daylight, told me, hey, these are just rules of thumb, I'd agree. Yeah. But yeah, there's exceptions to that. I mean, quite frankly, I think some people, in my experience, a lot of people, depends on what you mean by a lot, but people sometimes are not ready for the truth, you know? Yet the truth has to kind of be out to some degree for, you know, to make things happen a lot of the time. And probably some people just not ready for the truth, you know? So, hey, man, sometimes whispering is a form of protection, empathy, you know, kind of that. That can be part of the gig. Let's face it. That's why privacy is important. Like if me and you are like, if we're going through like classified stuff, okay, like for in real life, classified stuff. Why is it classified? Why shouldn't everyone know if everything's on the up and up, right? It's like, bro, not everyone's ready for like the actual truth, you know? Well, sometimes.
Yeah, no. Well, there's a lot of stuff right now that's a big consideration, right? And this is kind of a counterpoint, bro. Like whether it's the Epstein Files, right? The people that paid Epstein or that Epstein was supplying underage girls to, like, why is that not being made public? Yeah. Now you could say we can't handle the truth, or that's why there's whispering, but it's like
this might be a lying scenario.
Yeah. Well, I think more important, it's like the truth has to come out. Yeah. Like, there's got to be. What the hell's going on? Yeah. Just what the hell's going on? Yep. Why would you not release this information? Yeah.
So keep in mind, I agree.
I'm way more inquisitive about why they're not releasing the information as to who's the people are. So
yeah, I'm with you, and I'm with you. And as far as this concept goes, I think, oh yeah, there's lying going on when there's whispers. I'm not denying that. Hell yeah, all day. But a lot of time there's another explanation as well. So I'm saying a lot of time, are you going to all the things you talk about with your wife, especially when you're younger, are the kids ready to hear all that?
Yeah, no.
Probably not. And I'm not saying all people are kids, but in a way, conceptually they are. You know, like if you know, if you don't know how a certain thing works and you hear a certain element of that thing, some people might be put off by it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it's like a version of concealment, right? Like concealment, like so like, okay, you went to war, Jocko, military man. You've probably done things, and the good guys that everyone would agree as good have done things that the public is not ready to see or hear about in detail.
Well, I don't really agree with that.
Okay, so let's say
I think if if there's a whispering, then it's like, wait, what the hell's going on?
Okay, yeah, I guess it depends on what you mean by whispering.
Case in point, it's like in certain, like in Vietnam, there's things that are going on. It's like, wait a second, what's happening? Why is that happening?
Yeah. That's
because there's
true,
people
too.
whispering about it. Wait, we don't know the truth.
Let's go less heavy then.
So
because
there's a certain level, because there's also a difference between like operational security about an ongoing operation. Of course, like we don't want to give away our element of surprise on the enemy.
Right.
So there's an understanding why there's actual classified information, but it should be classified because it doesn't want to compromise the operations that are taking place. It shouldn't be classified because we're ashamed of what we did.
Yes,
that's a totally different thing.
I'm with you, and apologies because that's not what I meant. So it depends on what you mean by whispering. So like whispering is like what, like a metaphor, like ooh, let's keep this like you know what?
Oh yeah,
then
it's a
dig
metaphor
it.
for like, hey dude, we don't bring it up right now.
So I was thinking like kind of almost more on the literal side, where let's say me and you're at a party. There's kids, there's women and children and all this stuff or whatever, and I gotta go use the bathroom. Like kind of bad. I ate some bad sausage or something like this, and I got to use the bathroom bad. I got some problems.
Bad sausage.
But we're all at a dinner table. It's kind of nice or whatever. So
so you whisper to your wife, "I gotta go to the bathroom."
Yeah. Or to my friend and be like,
"Cover for me."
Yeah,
Make
kind
some
of a
noise
thing.
out here.
Exactly
Tell
right.
a loud story.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be in there blowing up the bathroom,
and I might be a while. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna whisper this to everyone. Don't gotta know that. Yeah. So I'm going to whisper that to somebody I trust or,
Yeah, I think the metaphorical, it works better in this case than the reality. So, okay, point taken. Who undertakes too much succeeds in little?
I understand.
It's a little prioritize and execute activity right there. Like trying to do too much, not going to get much done. And then got two more to wrap this thing up for today. Who faints not achieves.
Who faints not achieves. Okay.
So
you just send
keep
it every
going.
time.
Keep going, man. Don't back off. Keep going. And then the last one is you dancing in the net and think nobody sees you.
If you don't mind, let's go back to who faints not. So my dad used to have this saying. BC, all day, wise man, to a degree. He said, don't get caught half-stepping.
Yeah.
That's what he said. So it's kind of like, hey, bro, if we're doing this, we're doing this,
That's the McConaughey, the Matthew McConaughey thing that his dad told him.
What?
You heard this story. Matthew McConaughey was in law school and he wanted to go film school, and he called his dad and he was bracing because, telling your dad when you're in law school to be a lawyer, a respectable job, or you're going to be able to make money and have a good career, a respectable career. And you're like, I'm going to bounce out of that and I'm going to go to film school, right? Where there's very low probability of success. It's weird. There's no guarantee. And so Matthew McConaughey calls his dad and he's like, hey, Dad, this is what I want to do. And his dad said, well, son, don't half-ass it.
Half-ass it, yeah.
Yeah. So your dad, that's a very close proximity statement.
Yeah.
No half-stepping.
Half-stepping.
And also, while we're on the path there, Walter White from Breaking Bad, no half measures.
No half measures.
Yeah. So this halfway stuff isn't going to get us there.
Yeah.
So we ain't half-stepping. We ain't half measures, and we ain't gonna half-ass anything.
Nope.
We're going.
Understand.